Hello, everyone. Today I am going to flip through that's seven little mini journals that I have just completed. And these were inspired by our favorite presenter, at least mine, Natasha of Treasure Books. This is one of I used her examples she'd made 3 videos, and I will link them in the description box, on the easiest journal ever. And I had this bag of blue paper that I had gotten at a thrift shop along with some upholstery fabric at another time. And I'm in my clean my stash out mode. So I just got busy and started making these little guys. And they're cute and they're practical. And let's go ahead and take a look. I think I'll start with the very first one. There was a lot of pre-cut cardstock in this bunch of blue paper. So I went, okay, it's all pre-cut and ready to go. And it's really nice. So I alternated it between the thinner blue paper. So this one I just did this way, and it's just plain. So it just has these little flip out things. I just wanted to make some simple, little, useful notepad kinds of journals. These could also be drawing pads. You know, a lot of us who do drawing, we get the toned tan or the toned gray or one of those kinds of pads because it's just a very pleasant other color and tone to work on. So this would make a great little drawing book. Really, really simple. All of them would actually. And then there we have the upholstery fabric. So you can see, there's the construction. So it's just like Natasha taught, where the 2 pages are glued together, the end pages between the different signatures. So everything lays perfectly flat. And I want to mention right away that with each of these 7 little guys, I am including a little tag kit, belly band kit, note additions, things to glue in, the offcut of the fabric, whatever. So just kind of a little kit of stuff. And there's one that goes with each one of these. And this is just an elastic hairband for this one. So that was very simple because it's very narrow, small, purse size, I suppose. So let's see. Oh, I think this might have been number 2. Not sure which order I did them now. I started it like Friday and this is Tuesday. So I found that I could do this kind of fun little book plate. And then I had this nice, it's actually a cloth braid that I used, and this one I put on the inside, so this one is underneath the cover fabric. And then I found in my scrapbook paper I did have some that was a nice match to the blue. So this one is pretty much the same as number 1, which I'm going to put in my Etsy shop. All these are going to go in the Etsy shop, so this is going to be journal A. And I'll make a decision on this. And this one, and there's where the 2 pages were glued together with that little flexibility in the middle. And this one, I had this blue envelope in my stash, so I went ahead and just sewed that into the middle of this one. And this one also has a kit for belly bands and making tags to go into those pockets, some sheets of paper. So there's that one. And that one will be B, Journal B, Mini Journal B. So now we have this little offcut, which was from this fabric. So I had this little offcut and here, because this piece of upholstery fabric wasn't quite long enough to do the full wrap, because it's a little bit fatter. And I used a Velcro dot. So this side is glued on and got a Velcro dot. So just a couple of layers, more scrapbook paper. And on this one, I made the little book plate, and then I thought, I'm not going to glue that one on. I'm going to let whoever owns this journal decide whether they want that one or none at all, or make one of their own. Because this one also has a little kit, and all of you have really good ideas on how you want your little journals to look. Ooh, actually this one is next because the offcut from here is what's wrapped around there. So let me reverse my little paper stacks over here. See, I've got my little kit that goes with this one. Okay, so I used some more of that ribbon, but this time that fabric braided ribbon, and this time I wrapped it around the outside and I did the little journal plate. And you can see what kind of scrapbook paper went into this one. So I actually did include a little pocket on this one. A little washi tape to reinforce this particular paper, which it's a scrapbook paper, but it was kind of fragile. So I put washi tape on both sides of it so that when it's stitched in, it would be nice and safe. Extra glue, not just washi, but there's glue on that washi. And the rest of it is plain. And this one comes with this kit. So that one is A, B, C. This one's journal, mini journal D. All right, now we're ready for this one. And on this one, I switched over to a different ribbon, which is glued on along with this hinge. So I just used an offcut from that previous fabric. I thought that would look kind of pretty, a little different. So there's 6 of those, but there's a kit for making some more goodies. And this is not glued on. Okay, same reason as the other one. This one is A, B, C, D, E, F. And this one is mini journal F. This one is definitely bigger. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish. About 5, 5.5. This one though, so I've got 3 Velcro dots holding this. This is a leftover piece from one of the other journals, glued on. And I decided with the potential book plate, I would just put it in there as an option. Okay, so there we have this one. I went into some of my tea-dyed paper and just added a little bit here and there. So this one is got tuck spots, tea-dyed paper, 3 signatures. All of them up to this point have 3 signatures. For personal embellishment. So here's the kit. So there is F, mini journal F, and finally the one that I just finished a few minutes ago. And I had this lace, and I used this lace on this one, and then I had used the ribbon on this one. So these were things sitting on my desk, and I thought, ooh, that would work. So I threaded a tapestry needle with the ribbon and wove it in and out. That's so cute. All right, so this one, I decided I would really bulk it up. I went with 5. So there's 5 signatures, and they're all plain, except that I did use scrapbook paper. So there is scrapbook paper wrapped around that join them together. Okay? And in the center one, I had a little teeny bit left here that I made 2 pockets, but there's still another piece of paper from that scrapbook page to make a couple more pockets. So again, we have the kit, we have 5 signatures, everything lays perfectly flat in all of these. No matter where you go, it lays flat because of the construction. I think it's really cool. So, all right, let's take a look at all of them. Here are the 7 mini journals: A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I hope there was something there that inspired you if you've got an abundance of one kind of paper. It was fun, and I used up quite a bit of that stash. So, and there's still a lot more. Yes. So, thanks so much for watching, and yeah, see you next time. Bye bye.